Too Young to Stay Home, 10 days in Hungary, Slovenia and Austria. We took the airplane at Miami Airport, 8.5 hours to London, and then we jumped into another airplane, and 2.5 hours to Budapest. In Budapest, we arrived and we went straight to rent a car on budget. Be careful because sometimes some of the rent-a-car companies don't have desks at the airport, so you have to be careful. In this case, we had to wait 45 minutes for the shuttle to pick us up. This is the itinerary that we're gonna be doing during the 10 days. Once we got the car, we got out of Budapest and we started our trip, going to our first stop, which was going to be Lake Balaton, which has different towns throughout the lake. So we only drove 120 kilometers, about 75 miles, and we chose the town of Veszprém to stay overnight. Hotel Historia and Ristorante, downtown Veszprém. Very nice hotel, very clean, air conditioning. Next morning we explored Veszprém. It has a castle, it has a nice view, little streets, and a very nice little downtown with restaurants and shops that sell art pieces. And we had dinner at a beautiful restaurant called Elephant, believe it or not. We drove about 60 kilometers and we went to Lake Balaton, where it has different little towns around the lake. And we spent some time at Balaton Fured, a nice touristic place. We took also a little tram that takes you around Balaton Fured. Very cute restaurants to have lunch and little shops. And we continue to Tihany. The town of Tihany is very famous for its church and the lavender fields. On our way to Ljubljana, which is the capital of Slovenia, and we're going to talk about that in just a second, we stop at this hotel, Battiani Castellisallo, or something like that. The hotel is a castle. The whole place is beautiful, it's huge. The food is not great, just for your information, but the hotel is amazing and very affordable. Before you enter Slovenia, be sure to purchase or to have what they call a vignette, which is the sticker in order for you to be able to drive throughout Slovenia. If you don't have that ticket, you're gonna get a fine for about 300 euros, which is about $350. Just be careful, be sure you purchase that. You can purchase online or you can purchase it at the gas stations close to the border. So we entered Slovenia and we went right into Ljubljana, its capital, and the first thing we did, we took a free walking tour. After the walking tour, we took the funicular and we went to the Ljubljana castle. Originally, it was a medieval fortress. It was probably constructed between the 11th and the 12th century. It is worth it to go up there. It is not worth it to pay the full price to go inside. Trust me, the only thing you want to see there are the views. Then we walked through the fruit market. That's where the locals do their shopping, and you can purchase a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. At the main square, you will find the Franciscan Church of the Annunciation, which is called the Pink Church. You also will find the Three Bridges. That's the center of Ljubljana. Everybody is on the street walking and on the cafes. It is amazing what a beautiful and festive ambiance was in Ljubljana. Highly recommended. And of course, you can book a boat tour to go through the Ljubljana River with or without a guide. It's not expensive. It's about 15 euros per person. And it takes 1 hour. We ended the evening at Sestica restaurant in downtown Ljubljana. Very good food, great atmosphere. Highly recommended. Our trip continued to the Postojna caves that are about 50 miles away from Ljubljana. We took the car, we drove, and we got into the Postojna caves. Very easy, and for 35 euros you can purchase the tickets that will combine the caves with the Predjama castle. I'm not so sure I'm pronouncing those names correctly. The tour itself inside the cave lasts 90 minutes. You take a train and will take you about 2 miles inside the cave, and you're gonna see amazing formations of stalactites and stalagmites. It's unbelievable. And then you can drive yourself, or you can take the bus that will take you to the Predjama castle, which is about 5.6 miles away. The Predjama castle is 800 years old. It's in the middle of a 123 meter high cliff. There is a network of secret tunnels from where the knight Erasem of Predjama would set out on his plundering expeditions. It is included in the combined price, and it's totally worth it to go visit the Predjama castle. We continue our trip. Our next stop was Lake Bled, which was one of the highlights. Lake Bled is in the middle of Slovenia, and we stop at a hotel called Grand Hotel Toplice, which is by the lake. It's a classic hotel. The location of the hotel is excellent. At the lobby, they have a window that faces the lake, and the view is spectacular. You can walk around the lake, which is about 4 miles. You can also take a little boat and go to the island in the middle. The boat takes about 20 minutes, and then you spend about 45 minutes in the island. They have a monastery on top, and also a coffee place, and of course a gift shop. And it's a great place where to relax and have a wonderful time. Lake Bled. We took our car and drove about 4 kilometers northwest of Lake Bled, and we went to Triglav National Park, where the Vintgar Gorge is. Vintgar. It is open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The trail length is about 1.6 kilometers one way, and it takes about an hour and a half to go back and forth. There is a main parking next to the entrance that costs about 10 euros for 4 hours. The Vintgar Gorge is amazing. The color of the water is crystal clear. You must do this if you come to Lake Bled, definitely. We decided to drive 2.5 hours, and we went to the city of Graz, which is in Austria. Be careful, because again we're crossing the border and you need the Austrian vignette. And the reason why is because we took the car first in Budapest, which is Hungary, and that's the reason why you need vignettes for Slovenia and Austria. Anytime you're planning to drive in Europe, just double check about the need to purchase vignettes in any countries. We arrived in Graz to the Schlossberg Hotel. The first thing we did, we went to the clock. We took that elevator, or you can take the stairs. I would suggest you to take the elevator. I think it costs about 3-4 euros each. And you have a panoramic view. You can see the whole city. There is no walking tour in Graz, or at least when we went there was no walking tour. And then we went back down and we started strolling on Graz. Very nice city, just to spend one day, and it was on our way to our last destination, which was Budapest. Nice downtown, that's the parliament over there, which is a very nice building in the middle of downtown Graz. This is the Opera House, very nice building. Again, everything is downtown Graz. Beautiful streets with a lot of cafes and restaurants and boutiques. We then took a tram. We ride for about 20 minutes and we went to the Schloss Eggenberg Castle. Again, 20 minutes from Graz downtown. The gardens are beautiful. We didn't get into the castle because they didn't have any tours in English at that point. And then we went back to downtown Graz. Next day we got the car and we went to our final destination, Budapest. Budapest is actually the merging of two cities, Buda and Pest, as you can see in the picture. We stay at the Vision Hotel, very well located with parking, and that day we took the tram and we divided our staying in Budapest. Our first part was to visit Buda, and you can see the Matthias Church, a stunning 14th century coronation church, famous for its bright, colorful patterned roof tiles. You also see the Buda Castle, a grand historic palace complex housing the Hungarian National Gallery and its Budapest History Museum, and the Fisherman's Bastion, a fairy tale lookout terrace with white stone towers offering wide views across the Danube. Breathtaking views of Pest from Buda. Everything is within walking distance, so it's hard. You need to go down a couple of stairs back and forth, but nothing out of the ordinary. Totally easy. A lot of people, there are restaurants, there are coffee shops up there, so you can have a little break. The Hospital Nuclear Bunker Museum is the name given to a hospital created in the caverns under the Buda Castle in Budapest in the 1930s in preparation for the Second World War. During the siege of Budapest, the hospital handled the wounded and the dead. After the siege, the hospital was once used again in 1956 in response to the uprising against the Soviet rule. On our way back to Pest, we passed through the house of Houdini, the magicians. We didn't get in. And then we went to the Parliament of Budapest, the Hungarian Parliament building, and you can visit the Parliament. You need to buy tickets and just do a little research to find good tickets. It's about $45 for a 90-minute visit inside the Parliament. Right next to the Parliament is the memorial called Shoes on the Danube Bank. It's a monument to honor the thousands of people massacred by the Hungarian militia during the Second World War. After the Shoe Monument, we went to two of the most important streets, Andrassy Út. All the fancy shops are there, and the Opera House is there, beautiful, and Váci, or Váci Utka, or Váci Street. That's the main street for people in Budapest. Everybody walks back and forth. and all the restaurants and stores are there. At the end of Basi Utka, you're gonna find the fresh market or the fruit market. Plenty of little shops where they sell fruits, vegetables, meat, fish, and of course the famous paprika from Hungary. We spent like an hour inside. It's so much fun. It's really fun. It's a little expensive though, but totally worth it. That evening we went back to Basi Utka for dinner, and the next day we woke up early because we had our tour with Guru Walks, Hungary during the Second World War, the Holocaust, and the Jewish Quarter, which now is the main place where all the fun is. The tour lasted 2.5 hours. It was amazing. We went into the synagogue. We spent a couple of hours there. There are guides that give you explanation in different languages, including English, Spanish, French, Russian, several languages. And then we went around the Jewish Quarter, that right now is the center of all the fun in Budapest. A lot of restaurants, a lot of places for young people. It's a 24-hour city. Budapest is totally amazing. We love this city. Casual food, drinks, live music, amazing. Two places where you should go. One is Gerbo, a beautiful place where to have coffee and pastries. And we finish our trip at New York Cafe, a cafe and restaurant that is totally incredible. Very expensive, but you only live once. We love Budapest, and that was the end of our trip. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us, 2Young2StayHome, or you can email us at 2Young2StayHome@gmail.com.